It's a very rainy day, so it's a day to do odd jobs inside. Yesterday I painted half the side of a boat and I shall explain that in another video. I shall do a clip called walls. But anyway, today I'll show you what I've done. So hang on a minute. So I'm converting this step. I've got to take off all this carpet and it's glued tight. Anyway, I'm gonna put wood over this. I'm gonna make it really nice. I'm gonna make some natural stained wood and I'm gonna paint the kicks. Might even do some mural on them, not sure, we'll see. So move the paintbrush and everything. So this bit here, this was all carpet. This bit down here has still got the glue on it, and like everything else in this boat, it's hermetically sealed, and I don't know whether I should try to get access to inside there or not. Anyway, I've the bunk beds at the back of the boat, I took them apart and I'm reusing the wood to panel this step, but not this one yet. And I had to take out the couch, which I'll talk about in another bit, and I just panelled the top here and I made this cupboard, which I haven't finished painting yet, but this is the end of the couch, so I've made this, yeah, I've made this little cupboard, which is, yeah, keep our tools in there. And I used the bunk beds again to put the surface on this, and I'm just doing the other side now, and I just want to remove this bit of carpet so it matches this bit, but it's still covered in glue, so I might have to get the paint stripper onto there. And me being me, I like to do hundreds of things all at once. So while that's drying, hello Jean-Luc. It's a boring day for a cad. So there's this here. This is Jean-Luc's little corner. So there's this here, and it's looks like it's flooring, which is quite ingenious, but it's a bit dark and gloomy. So I'm sanding this wood here, and I'm gonna varnish this the same as I've varnished the other ones, and I'm gonna paint this here. And I don't know what colour yet. White or pink or blue, not sure. This boat is one big scratch post. So Jean-Luc has his scratch post, but he also scratches the carpet. I haven't decided what to do about all the carpet. The whole boat is carpeted, but it could make it really cozy in the winter. So this, on this side of the wall, there's carpet. This is where the couch was. So instead of paneling it, I think I'm actually going to get a couple of tapestry rugs and put them up there, which I think could be really nice. And there's this cupboard here as well, which was just this, and it was pretty scruffy, but it's free. It came with the boat. So I panelled the top of this as well. Got my pyramids on here. And Shiva, to remind me that life is a dance. So I panelled this the same with the bunk beds, and I just added these little tassels, look, to make it look marginally better than what it was. So I think the plan for this carpeted wall is going to be a couple of tapestry rugs, and I've seen some online, and they're not that expensive and they're really nice. And I've digressed from doing all this, but that's what happens to me. I just digress all over the place. I make up my life as I go along. But so I'm going to get on with doing that, this over here now, and enjoy the rest of this rainy day inside, and play with Jean-Luc later once he becomes lively again. Ta-da! I went for pink. It was nice and bright, and it works. And I varnished the wood there to match the rest of the wood. I'm going to keep to that wood colour, I really like it. And yeah, job done. Finally leaving Castleford. There was a lot of rain and the locks got closed, flood locks, so I'm leaving with Chalky. We're going in tandem, which is really nice. So I'm still a little nervous, so it feels nice to be going with a friend. Jean-Luc will be hiding somewhere. I looked in earlier to get some water, and I looked through the front windows and he wasn't in the front room, so I guess he's either behind the toilet, under the kitchen cabinet, or on the bed. But funnily, when I cruise and I go back in, he's ventured out and he's on the couch, so by the time I get in, hopefully he's relaxed a bit and gone in the couch. But at the front of the boat you can barely hear the engine, it's just really noisy up here. Noisy and smelly. You know, the jury's kind of still out. I'm going to give myself a year and see if it's for me. So far I'm really loving it. I've had moments of like, oh my god, what have I done? But on the whole, there are only moments, it's like maybe 5 minutes. But on the whole, I've enjoyed it, and I have the urge to do projects, and the creative side of me is really coming forth. I just need to find some time to do some painting, and I need to get some work. Apart from that, it's all going pretty well. I may have just enough space on my phone to do a quick video. So we pulled up here. It's very nice. The only thing that's not nice is that motorway in the distance. That's okay. Oh, and these. But you only see those if you look up. But so we moored here yesterday before we got to our destination, because my engine overheated, so we had to pull up to see what was wrong with it. It was something simple. But anyway, and that was yesterday, and we're not going till tomorrow because it's really nice. And since I've been inside painting, 3 more boats have turned up here, which is nice, you know, because it's good to have other boaters around. So yeah, so it's been very hot today, and I've been sitting inside painting a little dog, and every time I come out I look at the jobs I have to do. Look at this. I'm slowly but surely getting there. I bought the boat and it still had the masking tape on from the previous paint, and it's literally welded itself on. I think I might have to paint this again because I don't know what colour it is. I haven't been able to colour match it. I have painted part of the other side in a slightly lighter grey because I want to paint a name, and I also want to do a mural. But it's kind of messy, see? It's messy. But that's for another day. Oh look, and I now have my raven on the roof with my very badly tied flag, but that's okay. Let's just move it round. There we go. And I moored up with Chalky, obviously, my new friend. And we have this little setup. It's very civilized. And here's Jean-Luc. Jean-Luc! How's it going, Jean-Luc? It's been hot today, huh? It's cooled down and it's clouded over and the wind's blowing, so I can come and sit outside with Jean-Luc for some time before dinner. We're at Whitley Lock and there is Chalky doing the lock up there. I came in a bit fast here. I need to, it wasn't too fast, but I could see that I could do better. I think those are CRT moorings, I think. Yeah, so, a bit out of breath after pulling on that rope. And we're off again. We were parked at Whitley for, well, it was 3 nights. We were going to move last night, but it was really windy and it just wouldn't have been safe really. So we're going today and we are going to Pollington for a few days where I'm going to get my ignition fixed. It took me 4 times to start the boat. And I'm going to get some other little jobs done from Sam. Yeah, it's been pretty pleasant staying at Whitley Bridge. There's not much here, but I was able to do some work and do a couple of paintings. Well, painting and a half. So it's been nice. And now we're going to cruise down to Pollington. We're going to stay there for 2 or 3 days. Sounds really nice, but there's nothing around. There's no shops, no nothing. So just going to have to get by on what I've got. And yeah. About it really. You see a lot of the same boats coming up and down, which is quite nice. You get to know them by their boat name rather than by recognising the people on them. It's been really nice travelling with Chalky. He's such a gentleman and he's so kind and so helpful. Yeah, I feel like I've been absolutely blessed. Scoot up a bit. And he's been so helpful. Yeah, so I'm trying to find things to do for him in return. Like taking his rubbish out and stuff like that. You know, trying to pay it back, but he doesn't want anything, so I think he said that he was glad of the company. So yeah, so am I. Each thing I do, whether it's keeping steady in a lock or mooring up, reversing, just going through a gap, feels like a success. Just feels like an achievement. Going from nothing to something without any training whatsoever. But people have helped me along the way, little tips here and there, and I take all the tips on board, every single one, and try to apply them as much as I can.
Son failjon be much go runne, you can some weapons killen. Here's a can ride a journey, ja, go lusnen shawl von herren. Here I get in a shawl, you're the min and tied a hit van I ein. Shacks of a chan, the yig and the man is the pagan and madiden. Go by tie the higher, chickens on your cry, hello, and it regular. Construction, shawlishin, and gun, the stations on the callan.
Comes. Oops. a good colour, is it? I'll have to get some better paint. I'll have to get some more paint then. He's admiring my new paint colour, which wasn't on purpose. It's that I couldn't find the colour that matched the boat, so I got a different colour. But I think it's a more refined grey. Apparently the price of getting your boat painted is thousands of pounds. I painted half of my boat for £16, so I'm doing it on the cheap. I think the whole boat altogether, painting it myself, would cost me about £60. So that's worth it.
Og vanene vinterens minne, kitten on cheat, and letting ye steer and sitting on curtis the bed and cycle.
Do you like my washing machine? It's kind of primitive, but it works. This pole is from the broom on the roof. So I'm giving it a 30-minute daily cycle. Then I'm going to go and find a water tap, so I don't use my boat's water. I do have a washing machine, but it needs to be plugged into the mains to work, or my generator, which I haven't looked at that yet. And also it rattles around like crazy. It's like it's going to take off because it's so unbalanced. But to balance it, I've got to take it out and build a platform for it, put it back in, and hope that works. So at this point, I feel like it's almost easier to stand here for 30 minutes and poke at my washing with a stick and turn it over now and again, and then go and rinse it out. I think that's it. The worst bit about hand washing is the wringing out. It's the worst bit. If I had a mangle, that would be great. That's all you need, really. You don't even need a washing machine. Well, you do, but if it's just a few things, you don't. I ran out of trousers, so... So we're at Pollington now, and it's very pleasant here, but there's not a shop in sight. But it's very nice. A lot of farms, and there's a tiny village, but not with one local shop. Not one. Not even a baker's. But I guess everybody uses cars now, don't they? Kind of a shame, really, because it's nice to have a centre to a community where people meet in shops and, chat. But yeah, so the shop, the nearest shop is 40 minutes walk away. I might do it. Let's see how the day goes. Fusedale.
You know what's power will be in that? You know what engine?
It's called Fusedale.
It'll be a bus.
Bus?
It'll be a bus engine. It'll be something like 250 horsepower.
Oh yeah, look at your boat moving.
Fusedale, yeah. He's taking her, yeah, but he's taking her to Nottingham to have it made into an houseboat now then. But he's still got canvases of her. Look at front, look at steel how it's bent.
Yeah.
That's how old she is. Nice rope curl up here, look.
It's an absolute monster.
Perhaps someone come back. Show up this side.
Oh Yeah, there goes the boat.
And that sea is 5 foot deep. That.
In grand style, my boat is tied to chalkies.
That's my oil light.
The oil light? Oh damn.
Put that wire in somewhere, I don't know where it's going.
So in grand style, we are tied together and we're going back to Whitley because my starter solenoid, that's the word, solenoid has corroded because it's been on the boat since it was built in 1991, and now I can't start my engine. I knew there was a problem with the ignition. We thought it might be the ignition, but it's not, it's the solenoid. So we're going back to Whitley together, chalky skills, tying the boat together, turning us around. And yeah, so we're going to go to Whitley, more up there. We're going there because there's shops there, there's nothing here, and we need things. So and then we're going to wait for Sam to get the parts and then come and fix my boat. But it's been good because he's as he's been rooting around in my engine several times, he's finding things that just need to be done, which is expensive for me but necessary, and it's good to just get it all done now. So yeah, I'm surrounded by angels, so I'm going to enjoy this trip back to Whitley, not steering the boat. I'm just going to chill. I'm going to chill. It's a funny little boat.
Little tug, little shover,
Looks
little pusher.
like a little cartoon submarine.